Hey, good morning. It's Greg Luther. Welcome to today's morning meeting. I'm excited to be with you today to talk a little bit about growing your real estate business. And I need you to do me a favor. Stop calling your leads. They don't want the call. They're not going to answer the phone. When they do answer the phone, they're going to say, I didn't fill it out. I don't remember that. Someone was playing with my phone. All of those factors, it's because they don't want to talk on the phone anymore. Now, if you're an old dog, it's hard to teach new tricks, right? So if the way you've always sold real estate is, well, if they're serious, they're going to get on the phone with me. No, they just don't want to communicate that way anymore. So we did a incredibly informal survey of a bunch of the leads that we generated in 2022. And of all of those people that we surveyed to ask them about phone calls and how they like to get their information, buying and selling a home, that type of thing, we had 4,300 and some people reply. So over 4,000 replied. 97% of them said they would prefer to never talk to anybody on the phone, but they do want to get as much information as they possibly can. Now, the problem with that is you think the only way to get them information is to talk to them on the phone. So you call and they don't answer. And then after 80 calls, you finally get one person that answers and they blow you off. So you think the leads are no good. So you got to stop paying Zillow. You got to stop paying realtor.com. The leads you got from your broker are no good. These stupid leads I got from this website just aren't working. None of them are motivated. No, you're trying to get them on the phone. You've got to get away from that. 97% said they would prefer to not talk to an agent on the phone. Let me guess. You get about 3 of every 100 to have a meaningful conversation with you, don't you? That is the reason for it. So I want you to think about this. Do I provide good information for you? Do I help you? Do you know what I look like, what I sound like, a little bit about my personality, what it is that I do for a living? Do you know all of that stuff? You and I have never had a phone call before. We've never had a one-on-one. I'm calling you to convert you, to see if I can help you, to see if you want to buy my stuff. That's not how life works anymore. Stop calling your leads. If you get this part of it right, if you understand that all you have to do is get them helpful educational content on a consistent basis. Now, that can be via email. It could be via YouTube. It could be via Facebook. It could be via text message. It can be anything except voice. I'm telling you, and you've heard me say this before, my youngest son is 20. He's 20 years old. He'll be 21 soon. If I called him right now, I wish I had my phone with me. I could call him right now, and I guarantee you he won't answer the phone. He will immediately text me back, and it'll say, "What's up?" It's my son. And if I call him, he won't answer the phone. He will immediately text me. Maybe while it's still ringing, he'll text me and say, "What's up?" Because that's how they prefer to communicate. Now, you might say, oh, well, that's because he's young. Well, look, millennials are almost 40. Who are you trying to sell to? So just because you used to do it that way doesn't mean everybody else has to. One of my mentors, he's very hard-headed. He's actually more hard-headed than me, believe it or not. And he refuses to communicate with anyone with anything except a fax machine. And it's actually a standing joke. A lot of his, what we call lifers, people that have been with him forever, we keep a fax machine literally for him. It's the only way we can communicate. We have to send it to him and he has to send it back to us. And that's literally rolling into 2023. That's the only way he will communicate because it's clear, it's concise, there's no wasted time. You're not putting lots of extra crap in there. It's thorough and everything's in writing. And it's like, yeah, that seems to make sense, but I can't believe anybody would do that. Well, the people that are paying him over 100 grand each per year are in fact communicating that way. So, again, you don't have to go to that extreme, but people want to get information and they're no longer in a position they need to speak with you in order to do so. It used to be we were the gatekeepers. You couldn't look at anything if I didn't open the MLS book. The only thing you could do was go to open houses. Well, then the internet came out and they can run a search just as live as the MLS is live. They can run their own search. They can find out what the taxes are. They can find out what school district it's in. They can find out how much it was sold for when they originally bought it. Why do they need you? You'll never be able to convince them of that unless you can give them good educational based content. So for all of our Inner Circle coaching members, over the coming months here, I'm going to each of the calls that we have, I'm going to continuously be showing you, here's some of the content you can provide either in print or in video or in text, all of these different options that you have so you can better communicate with your prospects and ultimately get them to reply to you. So I think you're going to find that incredibly helpful. If for some reason you're not an Inner Circle coaching member, good luck with where you're going with your, what are you trying to do? Get some leads so you can call them? You've done like call 1,000 of your old leads, see how many of them you reach today. And then those that you do reach, see how many are actually receptive. It's a bad way of doing business. And just because they don't want to communicate with you in that way, you're so bold as to say, well, fine, I won't work with them. I'll just starve to death. And they still go buy or sell a house with someone else. They're all going to buy or sell. It's not like they're going to stay where they're at for 10 years. They're 100% are going to buy or sell. That's why they're actively looking in the market. But if you're hard-headed enough that you say, if they're not serious, if they're not going to talk on the phone, if they're not going to do it the way I want to do it, then they're going to end up working with someone else. Good luck, because the numbers speak for themselves. So I'll be sharing a lot of that with you again over in the coming weeks and months here. 2023 is going to be huge for so many of our agents. Many of you know, and on my upcoming coaching call, I'm going to be talking about all of the additions that we're giving to you here. You're going to be very impressed with where you're going financially and the consistency you're going to have with your real estate business every single month, simply because you can attract more leads with better offers, and then more importantly, get them converted with better conversion approaches. So lots of cool stuff coming up. Make it a profitable day today. Make sure you're focused on results. You're not doing all that busy work stuff. Now's a great time for you to leave YouTube to go do something profitable. So make sure you are following this page and you turn on notifications. It's important you ring the bell down here. If you don't have an account, it's free on YouTube. You need an email address. So set up an account and I would be your first follow so that you can actually start growing your business the right way. We do a morning meeting every single day. It's time for you to get wealthy. I'm Greg Luther. We'll talk to you soon, and bye-bye for now.